Hi everyone, welcome back to Crochet Rocks. It's Tracy to another open with me, and this time it's inside crochet number 138. So I haven't had a look at it yet because it's in this plastic, so that means there's gift. So we'll have a look and see what we've got. So if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. You'll be informed when there are new videos. And this Open With Me is a little feature that I do for those of you who are new. And I review all the kind of latest magazines that come out here in the UK. And there's a lot of them, so I do quite a few different ones. So this one is the Inside Crochet Summer in Style. Join the slow fashion revolution. Why is it slow, I wonder? So we've got some gifts here. So they are Finishing Touch squishy tassels for your crochet beach bags. So that's kind of unusual and different. A couple of tassels for going on a beach bag. And I was actually going to make a beach bag before this summer, before events took over, and I didn't get around to doing it, but that would have been good to get that beforehand. It might have inspired me. So in here, looks like we've got quite an interesting vest top, like a tank top, a bit of a crop cardigan, and a few bits and pieces. There's the beach bag that they've got, and there's the tassels just on the side. So let's get stuck in. I don't know if there's something in here. It does feel a bit like there is. Well, we'll come across it. So we've got Seaside Fun, bright beach blankets, beautiful beaded sarong, fabulous flirty skirt. I would have put skirty, flirty skirty. Lacy surf style cover-up, and soft organic cotton pointed at her hair, which I guess means this. Light slip over, Hexi earrings and soft toys and more. Cute garden games, decked out shawl, chic raffia tote bag, an elegant headscarf. Those remind me of my mum. So let's just see what we've got inside. So we've got normal adverts. Sorry if you can hear the occasional power tool, that's my other half. He's doing some work in the garden, but the conservatory door's open, so you might hear some noises. So we've got the usual welcome. And here's the contents page. So again, there's that cardigan. Now, I'm not keen on baggy sleeves, as you may know. I've much lamented this fact on my Open With Me's. And most of the crocheted cardigans and jumpers that we see on here, sweaters, whatever you want to call them, have these unshaped sleeves, which I don't understand. You get the odd one where they're shaped, and I think kudos when they do it, like this one. Nice and shaped, not baggy. I'm not a baggy person. I'm baggy around the middle to hide a multitude of sins, but I'm not baggy in the sleeve. So here we go, another wall hanging with an ice cream on it as well this time. So you always get these little pictures of what's going to be in this magazine, but I always find them way too small and they don't do any justice, so I ignore that page because it's just never big enough. So we get the usual editorials and little stories and stuff, which I never stop to ponder too long. I'm only really interested in what's actually in it. These are blogs, books, reviews, events and interviews. So that's basically what these pages are all about. And sometimes they do have kind of nice little books and stuff. I used to have these snippers, so there's probably a way to get your hands on these. I don't know. Oh, $55.99 for investment snips. Well, I'm sorry, but you know, when you can just find your kitchen scissors, I'm not paying $55.99 for any kind of scissors or snippers. That's just crazy. That's an investment I could do without. But you know, they must have some people buy them, obviously. So let's move on to something not so ridiculous. Well, I think it is. So here we go again. Tell us a bit about yourself, Irina Lee. Irina? So there you go, if you want to find out about Irina. By the seaside. So these are kind of shells, but they're a bit baggy, wouldn't they? So, don't know. Let's move on. So they always do a recipe, and sometimes they're pretty good, and sometimes they're not. So we've got lentil, tomato and mozzarella salad. So I only find, to me, I mean, in my personal opinion, that salad is not a recipe. You know, you throw stuff in a salad. So to me, that's, yeah, just a bit of a cop-out. That's a cop-out recipe. Just throw stuff in a bowl, you have a salad. So we've got advert for Stylecraft 100% organic cotton in 38 shades. Bernat Brights is an advert. It's kind of cute, but it is just an advert. And we've got the Toft Primates. They sometimes give away the Toft books in these magazines. I've got a few of them now, but that is pretty cute, I have to say. Part 2, tips and techniques of the Masterclass Amigurumi. So that's not bad. I mean, I would have the previous one. So I don't do amigurumi. It's not that I can't do it. It's just that I don't do it. And I didn't make toys for my children. I think I made 2 toys. One was a owl, and I made that for Harley. And the other one was a donut, which I made for Tyler. And I've made one for River. She's got one as well. But my delicious donut is a tutorial on my channel. But I didn't do the owl. It was long before I had a channel that I made it. So I can do amigurumi, I just don't. But I often see really, really pretty little things that I quite fancy making, and I should actually do it. So I like these scissors though, with the little swan on them. That's kind of cute. But it's not an amigurumi, is it? So let's move on. These are just tips and things. And this shows you how to make Mr. Crab. There's Mr. Crab up there with his pincers. So, you know, he doesn't really look like a crab, but he does in a kind, it looks more like a lobster. I don't know really. It's just the way his legs stick out. They should be like more articulated, that's the word. So anyway, this is Mr. Crab. So if you want to make Mr. Crab, there's pretty detailed instructions on how to do it. I kind of like this cushion. It's not going to be a pattern though. It's Sheepy's Inner Goddess cushion, as seen in the Yarn Book zine, number 9. So they obviously have it, you'll probably sell that. But this is nice. I like this tank top, vest top, whatever you want to call it. I really don't do sleeveless for myself. Those days for me are long gone with the sort of what we like to call bingo wings in this country. So sorry about the power tools again. Here we go. We've got the Cloud9 Beach Cover-Up. That's quite nice. It always amazes me though. I know they make them with cotton, but when you've got summer beach cover-ups, they always tend to have less holes, which you would associate with winter and trying to keep warm. But I like that. That's kind of pretty. I like that. I like the different textures as well, because this is quite chunkier. I quite like that. And this is what I mean. This is what I would associate with summer, because it's light and airy, still cover-up. And what's this one? This is the Selkie Sarong. Where do they find these names from? I don't know, but I wish they wouldn't. And this is the Filet headscarf. So there's the headscarf. Always makes me think of a song that a girl at work used to sing. I think it was a wartime song. She always used to sing it. Something about your headscarf, only you don't say the H. Your headscarf matches your eyes. She sang it all the time. She was a young girl. Used to be quite surprising, but I always think of her whenever I can think of headscarves. So this is the Bright Lights cardigan, and I digress a little bit there. So makes me wonder why they've got this and they've got not. Doesn't say what that is. Bright Lights cardigan using paint book yarn, cotton DK, pattern page 52. But that's surely this. But what's this then? Oh, hang on, it's up the top. This is the Headland Silpover. I suppose like a tabard. So many of them are. So many of them like tabards. So that means then this one has. I just didn't see that. This is the Pier Lattice top. Now that is nice. I like that. And it's got decent sleeves. I would wear that because it would cover the bingo wigs. I don't mind sleeves that just come down to about there or 3/4 length. I don't like full sleeves much, not even in the winter, but that is kind of pretty. I do like that. So I wasn't finding the things that are on the opposite page. Oh my goodness, and there's more. This is the Pacer's skirt, but no, that's not really me. Not really me at all. So that one then is the Cloud9 Cover-Up, and this one is the Decked Out Shawl. Honestly, it took me a few pages to work that out. Never mind, moving on. Where were we? Now, I like that. That's kind of nice. I've seen that done before, but I can't wear flip-flops that go in between your big toe and the second toe, because even as a child, they would cause me to have bad rashes, and I wasn't able to do it. And it doesn't matter how much my mum snipped away at that little ridge that was caused by the join, they did it every time. My feet have the most sensitive skin, so unfortunately I can't do that with my flip-flops. They have to be the crossover type. I can't wear any other. So this one is that Estuary Market bag. Now that's quite nice, and we've got one of these little tassels hanging on it, which is pretty cool. That one is the Stick of Rock necklace. So if you want to start making, kind of friendship bracelets come to mind when I think of things like chaining, but not necessarily necklaces, but you know, might be nice. This is the Cheeky Seagull by Sarah Jane Hicks using Rico Design Rico-Rumi, that's how you say that. And the Smiling Sun blanket using West Yorkshire Spinners Colour Lab. Both of those are quite nice. Mr. Seagull is pretty cute. I like him. I like that a lot. So we've got Funfair Toss Cans. Oh, go on. That sounds terrible. Funfair Can Toss. No, I'm not saying that again. And Coco the Crocodile. Yeah. So we've got lots of interesting patterns in this magazine. We've got some earrings. I'm not really into big earrings, and I can't wear them when they go into my ear like that. When I was young and I had my ears pierced, the actual, when they put the gun in and they did it, they must be slightly wonky. So when I wear earrings, they tend to come outwards. Not like that, but they come out like that. Like pictures that you'd see on marquees depicting the old kind of gypsy things, like gypsy carnivals, when they show these big earrings that sort of come outwards. That's what they do. That's how they sit on my ear. So I don't tend to wear them. I wear studs or something. But this one is the Fairground style pillow. I like that. That's quite nice. And Off to the Beach blanket. That's nice too. That looks like a C2C. Doesn't say that it is. It's a Jane Xaya. We're using Stylecroft Special DK. It's nice. I like both of those. Lots of good patterns in this one. Sometimes this inside crochet is not the best, but advert for places as well, and those ones as well, like all different yarn places. So we've got Crochet Make It. Your pattern instructions start here. That's one of the other thing that I didn't like it at first when I first started to review this magazine, that you had all those pictures of it and then all of the patterns were in the same place. But I've got used to it, and I think it's quite good now that they do section it out like that. So here we go. I like this Pier Lattice top. I like it, and they've got a nice big, looks like an eyeball, doesn't it? Got a nice big chart. And this is another thing that I like, where they just give you all the actual size in. I like that. That's a good one. More charts for the back. I like the way the back sits. Of course, it would not lay like that on me, if I was that slim. But this is actually quite a big one, so it's got a few pages. But I like that, and I like the way you can see her little bit of belly through there. It's not bad. I like that. This headland slip over, not really my cup of tea. Reminds me of a work tabard. Don't fancy that at all. Although it is sewn in down the side, and if you made it with different yarn and it wasn't just look like row after row, you know me and that, I don't really get on with row after row of trebles or UK trebles, which is a US double. It's not really, you know, it doesn't really float my boat, that. And so neither does this in terms of the fact that it's got such a baggy sleeve. But, you know, it's made with a kind of nice, well, I say granny square, but it's a round into a square. I've got several patterns on my channel that are very similar to that. So, but there's again, this is the little chart with the sizing. So that's not a bad idea. If you wanted to make something like this, you could use this chart to make it, but you don't have to. You could make a smaller square and make some shaping in those sleeves so that they're not gigantic baggy things. Things like baggy sleeves never really suited me. It's like, you know, when people have messy hair and baggy sleeves, some people look cool like that. I just look messy. It doesn't suit me at all. So this one I do like. This is the Pavilion Stripes Vest. That's nice. It's got a nice texture to that pattern as well. And again, we've got some sizing and some measurements, which I do like to see. They've not done that in this before. I've not seen it, but I like it. So here we've got an advert for Yarn and Colours, and that looks suspiciously like one of the blankets that I've made. Moving on. The Hexi Earrings. If you like making big earrings, that's just up your street. The Silky Sarong. Of course, you could use it as a shawl, couldn't you? Because she's quite sort of got it round her like that, or you can just tie it around. I like that. That's nice. Looks very easy, doesn't it? It's just like kind of trebles and chains. It's just very easy, like what I call fret work, or it's not so much. It's, I can't remember the name of it, but it's easy. So that would be a nice one to do, especially if you're a beginner. And the Cloud9 Cover-Up, not keen on this bit. That's just completely ruined it, this pouch. So if I made this, I would omit that, because that does not do it justice. If you had it just as a flowing garment, but that's obviously somewhere to put your hands or your mobile phone, but I don't like it. It just makes it look cheap. I don't know. One with a hood. They've got the hood up and stuff. It's nice apart from that, so I just wouldn't put that on. Yeah, here you go. Pockets just go out of shape anyway and make it look ugly, but I do like that. That is that's a nice little cover up, and I'm not one for lace, but that one I do like. Relax with your favourite crochet magazine. Subscribe today for £3.75 an issue. This is an odd advert. They're normally busy, aren't they? But this is quite minimalist. So you can visit www.insidecrochet.co.uk, subscribe, or call that number should you wish to take it up. But there's no absolute offer apart from the fact that you say £2.24 every issue, which seems a lot, doesn't it? £3.75 I feel like is the right price for magazines. Don't know about you. They tend to be rather extortionate, especially when they bundle them. So here we've got that stripy skirt, which really isn't my thing, but I don't like them when they're like A-line or they flare out. It never suited me. And again, it's just row after row, you know me, and that doesn't really gel with me. So we've got more adverts from more places. Estuary Market bag. Now that's not bad. I quite like that. Very simple, very easy to do. So that you could easily accomplish. And it's a nice one. It might be a bit rough because it's made with, what did I say it was? King Cole raffia. That might be a bit rough, but you know, at least it'd be sturdy. The decked out shawl. Decked out because it's stripy like a deck chair, I guess. Hang on, I have a cup of tea here. I just need to have a quick slurp. Can't forget it. It's going to get cold otherwise. So I like that. That's nice. I like this edging as well, being a little chunkier. And it's, you know, it would do you for the winter if you made the pattern, but perhaps didn't do it in summery colours. You could do it however you want. So it would work, just don't make it out of cotton for the winter. Although it would be warm still. So here's this Mr. T style necklace. Only instead of gold, we have yarn. It's called a stick of rock. Hang on, I'm just going to drink my tea. So I'm going to pause it for a second because I need to glug it back. I'll be back. Sorry about that. It was just if I didn't drink it there and then it would be cold. It was just perfect as it was to knock it back. But I don't know if I like this idea of wearing like reams and reams of yarn around your neck. It's kind of like a budget Mr. D. Sorry, but it sort of strikes me as a bit funny. The Filet, that's the fillet crochet or filet headscarf. I'm not going to sing that song, don't worry. And here we've got a chart for it. That's not bad. But you can see it's just like fretted, like filet. That's the word. So, gorgeous knitting, crochet, embroidery supplies. They look like fat quarters. I don't know if they are. Lots of adverts. Next month. What we got in next month then? Well, Whimsical Wonderland. You can see they're starting to think about covering up a bit more towards the end of summer, autumn, but I think they're like jumping the gun. That looks kind of pretty though. Might have a bit of promise, you never know. And summer flip-flops. Now this is actually pretty cool. I like that. If only I could wear those, I would actually like having a play. I probably wouldn't do it like a granny square though. I would do it more kind of lacy and more summer beach wear type thing. I'd have a real play with those. If only I could wear them. Never have been able to. So here we've got the can toss, which I called it the toss can, which, you know, you can cover your cans and then throw balls at them. Keep the kids amused for hours, perhaps. And there's the Fairground style pillow. I like that. That's pretty. How are you going to get a pillow that shape, though? You'd have to make one, surely. And we've got the Seagull. He's cute. I do like him. Off to the Beach Blanket by Jane Saja. I don't know how to pronounce that one, but that's quite pretty. It's very nautical. Very nautical. Ah, this is good. You get all of the... So if you didn't want to make them that way, you wanted to perhaps do it, because I think that's corner to corner. I'm not sure, it doesn't say. But it does look like it's C to C. But if you didn't want to do it that way and you just wanted to make the squares, you've got a chart. That's brilliant. I like that. I do like a chart, me. I do. So there we've got another picture of it. And we're going to the hand-dyed things. This is a Smiling Sun blanket. Again, that's pretty cool for the beach. Like that as well. Got your back issues bit. And Coco the Crocodile. I think this is the last one. And then we get on to the pages that show you how. Maybe. Obviously he's got quite a big spread because he is a big boy. Just going to buy a crocodile the other day. Round the corner from... Well, round the corner, you wouldn't want to walk it, but up the other end of the island even, there's a concrete factory. They do all kinds of garden ornaments, pots, bird feeders, anything made out of concrete. And they make this crocodile in 5 pieces. So you have his head, and then you've got a gap, and then you've got another bit of body, and then you've got a gap, and then you've got another bit of body. And you can put him in a pond so that he's got water around him, or you can put him in the garden so he's sticking out the soil. And they paint them. They're brilliant. And I said, I want to get one. I do. I want to get one. Anyway, moving on. How to crochet. Here we go. Teach yourself. And we've got the basics, getting started, and the main stitches, counting a chain, all this sort of how-to bits that they usually have. Treble crochet, which is a double in the US, obviously. So there's an advert for Toft as well, so you can go and have a checkout of www.toftuk.com and www.theloopystitch.com and coastalcrochet.com. So there's lots of little bits and pieces, and there's one for Janie Crow and cyprustextiles.net. So there's nice bits and pieces in here, I think, and lots of books on the left-hand side. Just trying to see if any of them are for beginners. The Learn to Crochet project, and that one is Share Their Knowledge and Expertise, a beginner's guide to Beginner's Guide to Brimming with Tips and Techniques plus gorgeous wearable designs. So that's not bad. Abbreviations page. Coffee and Crochet with Amelia Johansson. And that's it. We're done. So tell me what you think of this one. Out of all of the inside crochet that I've done, I think this has been the best one. And I thought when I first saw this sticking in the thing it was going to be like some kind of big hairy stitch marker. But they're actually kind of bag tassels. So yeah, that's the free gift this time, guys. So thanks for watching. Stay safe, take care, and I'll see you on the next one. And as I said, if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.